Welcome back to another Overwatch Coach VOD review. We've got a Gold 4 Ana who says they are hard stuck. They write, felt like I was doing a lot this match, ended with the best KD in the server. I watch a few of my replays and some support guides, but I still don't climb even though it feels like I'm making a bigger impact. Help. Alright. Let's see what we got. So this is our Ana. Team comp. It's a little heavy on the healing, potentially. I suppose with it depends on like who's gonna DPS a little bit more between the Baptiste and the Ana here. Orisa might just honestly just need double main heals if she just is taking a whole bunch of damage. There is a Bastion on the enemy team, and then with Cassidy and another Orisa, plus you got the Moira who will do a bunch of damage, and if Kiriko's capable of landing headshots, there's potentially a case to be made that maybe double main heals is the go-to. The one thing I will say is you're running a team comp that shouldn't potentially need a lot of heals just because the Sombra's not really going to be around. Reaper will need his fair share, I suppose, but he will probably be off flanking. So you basically got two kind of flanky DPS. So, let's see how this goes. I guess I don't really have any suggestions at the moment other than maybe like a Zenyatta. But other than that, I think Ana's fine here, so let's see how this goes. Kind of a odd sleep dart just to start here.
I'll keep you up. On the objective, what are you doing? Feeling fortified.
Good nade. And you got a good pick. Heal your Reaper a little. I don't know what your Baptiste is doing. It doesn't feel like he's doing much. Good kill.
Make it easy for me, young man.
In possession of the objective.
Thank you.
Alright. Other than just missing that initial sleep dart, honestly, I didn't really see too much there. Getting a heal off on your Reaper would have been nice, but he ended up living. You guys won the fight, so... Okay, we've got Winston now. Winston into this is interesting. It's, I don't think I like that choice of tank here. I think Zarya or Diva might be better. Heal up your tank. So another not great sleep dart. So we might be seeing a pattern here where you might just need to kind of refocus a bit on your sleep darts. If you had sleep dart right there, that could have been big. But you got the kill, so.
My ultimate is ready.
Heal your Baptiste.
This will cut the pain.
I don't know if the nade was necessary, but
I won't let
there you
fall.
go.
My ultimate is ready. Get in there and I will do.
It's like if you had nade right now, this would be a great time to anti the Orisa.
Get in there.
I like that sleep. Little late on the nade.
Don't fret. I see you. أنا ما حدش يقدر عليا.
Just from the initial impression I'm getting, your mechanics are good. I like the aim. You're not like missing shots I feel like you should be making or anything like that. As of right now, I don't have really any issue with your positioning, although I think your positioning is going to come more into question when you're playing defense. The one thing I am noticing though is we're just not getting a ton of value on your abilities. You've gotten some decent nades.
Hello.
but the sleep darts haven't really been a factor yet. Okay, they're running Roadhog, which is an interesting swap, because they don't have Kiriko. So let's see how much you anti this Roadhog and make his life a living hell.
أنا ما حدش يقدر عليا. Nano boost is charging.
Para reporting.
I have you. Keep fighting. The Iron Core payload mobilizing.
Oh, that's fortunate. Oh. Don't like that nade. That was a completely blind throw into not a great angle anyway. Oh, your Pharah. Not sure what you were doing there. Your Pharah needed healing. That shouldn't have been too hard to do.
Stick with the payload.
Yeah, you needed to get all the way out here. Like, as soon as the Pharah just died. This is get all the way out and regroup situation here, because Farah's dead. And then where is everybody else? Everybody else is like on a flank. So honestly, maybe getting all the way out, not necessarily fair, but like go this way and play more with your team. Like go up here. I mean, by the time you would have gotten up here though, I don't know, all hell would have broken loose by the time you would have gotten into position there, which is, it just puts you in an awkward spot.
Nodding off.
But doing anything more than trying to pick that fight would have been better than that. That Cassidy had you locked in.
Ultimate is ready.
So you're pushing card. I'm curious, like, where did this all go wrong? Like, everybody's just, I suppose you're kind of pushing the cart by yourself, but honestly, like, it felt to me like they were gonna just let you push it, or at least the majority of the way, and you had help. Both of your DPS are with you. Honestly, you kind of gave up on pushing the cart too early. I guess you just assumed you were going to get dove on, and then you just never did. But you could have probably pushed that the whole way. Like, oops. Like, that Pharah got it really close, and she came in late. Like, had you have just stayed on the cart, you'd probably get the point there. Okay, we watch this.
Nodding off.
It is a good sleep dart, but you should have just got out. I don't know what you would have done getting out, because this whole fight felt like a big stagger. The sleep dart. You gotta help your rep there. Okay. Again, I don't know if I would have thrown a nade there, but
Keep the payload rolling.
by the time you're gonna have your nade back, probably by the time you would have needed it anyway. Ooh, oh, that.
Mustang. We're outnumbered. Be careful.
Yeah, see, you're missing a lot of sleep darts and your nades. Just, you're not getting high value out of any of this.
Moving to payload or what?
Like, every ability, like, the nade there was okay. Like, it, you know, that one's fine, I guess, but
Stick with the payload.
60 seconds remaining. salt for your wounds.
Like, that nade there, like, okay, you hit something, but there's nobody in a position to capitalize on it, so other than getting yourself a little bit of ult charge, it doesn't do anything. Shoot at the Cassidy. Shooting at Lucio was fine, but he was in more of a position to get out where the Cassidy, you might have maybe gotten the pick. That's a good nade. Although you gotta heal your Pharah there. As soon as you threw that nade, just go shoot your Pharah.
The payload's moving. About time.
Yeah, there's nothing to push there. This is a get out situation. You're staggering yourself here. Yeah, that was a huge stagger. You've completely now given yourself up for the final fight on the cart. You needed to get out.
One of these days I'll end up in PG.
It's a little bit of a positioning issue there. Knowing when to get out of fights, and then your sleeps and your antis and just your nades in general. That nano wasn't good really either. So it's like all your abilities, you're just not really getting good value. Your mechanics are pretty good though. I mean, for the most part, you're making your shots and whatever, but that was a good sleep.
Watching over this position. No recovery. I'll keep you up.
Warriors in. Good.
This will cut the pain.
Good.
Rest up.
Yeah, I like that anti. That's a good sleep too. There you got good value on your abilities.
I won't let you fall.
I think that was like one of the first fights where you successfully used both abilities, and it definitely helped you win a fight.
Healing you.
So that nade there, like you threw it into a shield, maybe you thought Sigma would drop it, but heal.
Crusaders!
Getting drowsy? I have you. Keep fighting. Need this.
yeah, it's just so. Okay. So you're standing here, Sigma's down the way, and he's shooting at you, your Rhine is low. Like, I feel like you should have transitioned over to here more, and it would have gotten you a little bit more out of the way, as opposed to standing back here, because like, here, let's watch this from the enemy Sigma's perspective.
My barrier is gone.
Okay, so there's your nade. So one thing I will say, because I don't play a lot of tank, but when I do play tank, I do main Sigma. One thing this Sigma should be doing is he should be putting his shield behind the Reinhardt, and then that blocks you off from healing him. But see, look where you're at in relation to this Reinhardt. Like, Reinhardt's not trying to protect you right now. He's freaking out about himself. But like, if he's gonna take this area here, you should be going this way, and then you can heal him from over here. And then this Sigma won't see you as easily. Because right now, because the Rhine's just backing off, you basically kind of got caught in the front line. Now, I will say this, though. With that being said, the Nano got, like, the Reinhardt back into the fight again. So I don't really have an issue with the Nano so much. It's just, you probably could have survived that if you had stand over there. Now, granted, I don't know about the flank here. This flank might have gotten you. But it's hard to say until you're actually over there fighting it.
Don't fret. I see you.
Because the problem with standing over here is you don't have room for much cover. And when you do take cover, you're either unable to see anything or you're completely out in the open. There's really no, like if you're over this way, like where the Rhine is now, you at least have some sight line into holding this area. Depending on where everybody is, you might still be a factor, maybe not. It just depends where people are. But over here, you're taking a lot of damage from a lot of different people. So it's like now you're transitioning over here, and now everybody's out of their main heals till you get back. You take a completely wild Hail Mary of a sleep dart, and you've got no HP. And unfortunate, because you almost killed the Moira. But the problem here is that the time it took you to get back into the fight, you never really got back involved into it again. So like, had you have just started over into here, and then even tried to maybe even play from like back in here, like shooting out of these doorways, if you had time, you could even try playing like up here, but I don't know that you would have had time to get up here. So I think if you would have just immediately came down here, came out and about, started playing over here, and then transitioned back into here, because if you transition into here, you've got a health pack to go back to, and you've got a lot of angles to play from while still being covered.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
Get them off the payload.
And then if you are playing down there and you do win the fight, then you've got time to maybe take that mid-ground spot. Some of that's going to depend on where your team's going to end up holding. Don't pick that fight. Second that Cassidy lands that shot on you, just get back out and get out. That was a bad death. You basically are now 2 fights in where you've been a complete non-factor. Like when you're playing support, you cannot be the first one to die, especially not consistently. Like maybe like somebody swaps to Widow or something, or there's like a crazy flank going on and nobody sees it coming and you're the first one to die. But like 2 fights in a row, you can't be the first one dead.
For your wounds.
So it's a good nade in the sense of, okay, good accuracy, you hit something, but there's no follow-up to this. There's nobody in a position to follow up. So this nade is just empty stats right here. This is a false positive of damage being done. And it's going to just make you feel like, okay, I did more damage than I really did, because it's all just empty stats. You get a little ult charge, and that's fine, but, you know.
You're going to live.
At the end of the day, if you're looking at the scoreboard and you got an extra 400 damage, but it was under a circumstance like that, it doesn't matter. Like, that's empty stats right there. So, like, right now, everybody's fighting out of your line of sight. You've got no line of sight. Okay, now we got something going here. You use your nade to heal the Rhine, which is good, because I think that Rhine dies if you don't. So that's good. I'm a big proponent of saving nades for anti-healing, but in situations like that, totally warranted. That's a shot I would have expected you to hit there.
Stand up straight.
So, the one spot I would have liked to have seen you try to take is where your BAP is. The only problem is BAP is up there, so it's going to kind of clog the area. But I feel like this spot right here would be great for you. The only thing is, again, BAP's up there. If you were playing up here, this wouldn't be terrible, but it is going to kind of leave you to like probably the Cassidy trying to peck at you. The other thing that you could kind of do that I would like more than your current position is maybe just playing like up here. Playing just on this wood plank area. Because this is going to keep you kind of safe, and it would give you a really great angle to nading everybody, like anti-healing everybody there. This angle here is not terrible. It doesn't give you that anti-heal angle. And if this fight goes south, you're going to be basically frontlining and you're going to be out in the open with nowhere to go. That's where I take issue with. But you use your nade to heal. You get your Rhine going again, so it works out. I think.
Rocket barrage incoming.
Touch now.
Good sleep. Good kill.
I'm here. Keep fighting. Watching this location.
You have my thanks.
For the Crusaders!
Yeah, the Rhine just got overzealous. I mean, it was like, I don't know what he probably just wasn't expecting to die so fast there, but he just melted.
My rockets are
the payload.
fueled.
It'd be nice if your team turned around
I'm
here.
here to get healed.
Yeah, Farah with Baptiste is a weird team comp move. It's like, honestly, in this kind of scenario, the only person that's going to be healing this Farah is you, with the exception of when Baptiste uses his shift, unless she like just lands right next to him. Or plays like along a wall and he can kind of like splash the wall with it. But Bap does not do well with flying heroes in terms of healing. So you're caught in a rough spot here where you really got to be focused on healing your Farah. The other thing I'll say too is your Rhine is really aggressive. So it's like you're really kind of got to babysit him.
EMP activated.
Somebody's got to contest this cart. It shouldn't be moving this. Oh, what the heck was that?
Forest, watch your team. Stop the payload.
Heal, you gotta heal your tank. Oh god. Okay,
EMP activated.
Taking care of you.
so what to do here? The problem I have is you're not even paying attention to over here. I kind of get it though, like the cart's moving. That's got your attention the most. But your tank needs your attention too. And you just got your DPS fully healed here. So like, you miss your sleep dart. Your team's coming back to you.
Payload is approaching its destination.
And soldiers coming up. It's just a like. Yeah, there's not much you can do there, honestly. At least not that I can think of.
30 seconds.
The problem with trying to coach this is I would not normally be Ana here. I would be Lucio.
My turn. Steady.
I would be trying to play for boops on that bridge.
This will cut the pain.
And then they push it all the way and you lose. So like, I'm trying to think here of like, what could I coach you on to have done better here? I mean, okay, the number one thing is you really did get tunnel visioned on the cart and not picking up anything over there. But the problem is that everybody ended up getting tunnel visioned and it left the flank wide open. And you need to keep a line of sight because like going back here is like a hindsight 2020 thing. Like if I was playing Ana, I wouldn't have gone back here. Even though that would have ended up being the proper play, but like I wouldn't have thought to go back there. It's just unfortunate, like everybody was over here initially and then they got super low. You helped the Sombra contest the cart enough for them to get back to you, but then when they got back to you, everything just converged and it was GG's basically. Some of that just kind of falls into what your teammates were doing too. Like, where was your BAP in all of this? Where was your BAP in all of this? Oh, he was the one fighting the Sigma and he got caught having to duel Sigma, which is not good, but you know, we're not coaching him, but okay, I was curious what happened to him. So yeah, it's like your Baptiste was overextended, which doesn't help anything. You know, it would have been nice if you landed that sleep dart, but I mean you hit it, but you hit it at a point where it wasn't gonna do anything because he was in his charge. Yeah, and then your Rhine goes in. You know, some of this is just the problem of the rank you're in. Like, when you play in low ranks, you're going to have teammates making bad decisions. And some of that's kind of what happened here. So it's hard to say for you to have done anything different. So I guess just to kind of cover like the main points of what I think you need to focus on. Number one, I'm going to say your abilities. You're not getting good value out of your abilities more often than not. So like you throw an anti-heal nade, sometimes you're Hail Marying it and just hoping it hits something. Other times you're hitting things, but there's no chance for follow-up. Sometimes you're using it to heal, and I think the times that you used it to heal, I thought honestly that you were pretty much flawless at, but your anti-healing, the timing of it just needs work. Like, don't throw it just to throw it. Throw it when your team has a chance at getting value out of it. Number two, your nanos didn't feel like you got good value out of them. The one on the Rhine on defensive first point, that one was pretty good. But on attack, you had some nanos that just were like, had I have been the recipient, I would have just been like, what am I supposed to do with this? It just didn't feel like it was going to help anything. Three, I'll say get out. There's times where you needed to get out of a fight and just completely back out or get back to your team, and you kind of tried to pick fights that you really had no business picking. And then four, I'll just say positioning. On defense, you were the first to die 2 fights in a row, and that was because of positioning. Like, you tried to poke and you got yourself killed for it. Like, the second a Cassidy lands that shot on you, back off. Wait for him to get his attention on something else and then maybe try to poke again. Wait till you hear him shooting at something else. But once if he lands that first shot on you, back out. Do not be the first to die as Ana unless a Widow is killing you and you don't know where the Widow is or something, or if there's a crazy flank going on. But like, if you're just poking to poke and you start taking unnecessary damage, in the back of your mind, you got to be like, I can't die because my team needs me to heal. You know, something like that's got to go through your mind there. So I hope that was helpful. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.